Hi everyone, welcome back in program pembelajaran of Balai Tekkomdik DIY. I am Ika Agus Marstoning Tias and you are in my English lesson. This lesson is for the 11th graders with the material is Analytical Exposition text. Before we go to the discussion, let me remind you to keep protecting yourself and others from COVID-19 by physical distancing, wearing a mask and avoiding crowds, and cleaning your hands. Okay class, are you ready for the lesson about Analytical Exposition text? Let's firstly talk about the purpose of this lesson. After you complete all of the discussions, you are aimed at mastering 3 competencies. Those are social functions, text structure, and language features. In social function, we are going to discuss about the topic of the text, communicative purpose, and the effect of the text for the readers. The second focus of the analytical exposition text is the text structure. While in language features, you will learn the tense used in analytical exposition text and the conjunction appear in the text. So, it is time to check what kind of topic we are going to discuss today. Here we go. I have a text, but it is still in the form of jumbled paragraph. I want you to read them carefully and decide the good order for the text. Check this out. Already get an idea? It is a very simple tag, I guess. Are you ready to arrange them into a good text? Let's check your answer. You have already read an example of analytical exposition text. Firstly, let's discuss the social functions. Number 1, topic. Talking about topic, there are some kind of usual question that you may find asking about topic, such as what is the topic of the text? What does the speaker talk about? So, can you guess what the topic of the text we have read is? Where can we find the topic? Yes, you are right. From the beginning of the text. Let's check the first paragraph. Here is the opening paragraph of the text. The first sentence of the paragraph is a healthful diet includes a variety of fruits and vegetables of many colors, whole grains and studies, good fats and lean proteins. While the last sentence is there are many benefits to eating healthfully. There are some similar words that can be the keywords such as eating healthfully, healthfully diet, and benefit. From the keywords that we take from the first and the last sentence, those are eating healthfully, healthful diet, and benefit, we can conclude that the topic of the text could be the benefit of eating healthfully or the benefit of a healthful diet. Learned about the topic of the text. The second discussion of social functions is the communicative purpose of the text. The questions usually use these sentences. Why does the writer discuss about it? What is the writer purpose of writing the text? They are actually a tricky question, but here are tips for that. One of them is by recognizing the type of the text, whether it is an analytical exposition or the other, such as narrative, descriptive, report, and some other text types. Why should we find out the text type to know the purpose? Yes, because every type of the text has its own specific communicative purpose. And the communicative purpose of analytical exposition text is to convince the readers about the topic discussed. What about the text we are discussing? What is communicative purpose then? We have to look up again the beginning of the text, where the main topic is stated. We have to read the first paragraph once again, as we have already got the topic. Those are the benefits of eating healthfully or the benefit of a healthful diet, so we can conclude that the communicative purpose of the text is to convince the readers that eating healthful diet is beneficial. Okay class, we are now in the last point of social functions, which is the effect of the text for the readers. The questions will be, what is the possible impact of the talk to the readers? If you agree with a writer's conclusions, what will you do to relate the topic? We can answer this question by looking up the end of the text, which is the conclusions part. Here is the last paragraph from these two questions. We may looking up at the conclusions stated there and answer them. The impact is that the readers realize the benefit of a healthful diet. If the readers agree with the conclusion, they may start doing the healthful diet. We have done discussing about the social functions, the first point of the analytical exposition text lesson. Let's go to the second one, which is the text structure. Analytical exposition text actually is built only by three main parts. Those are thesis, arguments, and conclusion or reiteration. Let's read again the text about healthful diet and find out the structures. Here is the whole text. Can you guess the structures? You are right. It is started by a thesis and ended by a conclusion, while the body of the text is the arguments. Or we can arrange them into a table like this. The first paragraph is the thesis, followed by 5 arguments that are stated in the 5 paragraph, and the last one is the conclusion paragraph. And now we are in the last part of analytical exposition text lesson, which is the language features. As what we discussed in the beginning, there are 2 language features we need to recognize in this analytical exposition text. Those are the tense and conjunctions used in the text. Can you guess what kind of tense that usually used in analytical exposition text? Let's check this out. Again, our text example. Here are the first 3 paragraphs in order to figure out the tense. Let's identify the verbs used in the every sentence. Here we go. We have includes, means, are, find, reduced, lowered, can, and should. Paragraph 1, which is the thesis, can be concluded as the simple present this paragraph because of the verb form used are verb infinitive. However, the second paragraph contains part form of verb, which means it used simple past tense. It has happened because paragraph 2 presents a data that is taken from the past time, while in the paragraph 3, we meet more simple present tense. To make it clear, let's review the rest of the text. Here are the verbs. Once again, we find some past form verbs such as found and identified because they are data taken from the past, so that the verb should also be in the form of past verb. But overall, the most tense used in analytical exposition text is simple present tense. So here is the table of ease your understanding. In affirmative form, we can use infinitive verbs, or we usually call them as verb 1. We can also use verb be in the form of is, am, are depend on the subject used. While in the negative form, we just have to put on input auxiliary do or does or verb be. The concept of interrogative sentence is also quite similar. We just have to put the auxiliary in the front part of the sentence or just simply add a question word. What about the conjunction? It is also a very simple thing. Just glance the text and you are going to find them easily. Here is the text we have discussed. Let's try to search the conjunctions. Have you found it? Here we go. Conjunctions are words that link other words, phrase, clauses, sentences, paragraphs together. Well, class, we are in the last part of the lesson today. Let's sum up what we have learned today. Let's start from the definition. Analytical exposition is a text that elaborates the writer's idea about the phenomenon surrounding by the analyzing the topic that the thesis is correct by developing arguments to support it. While the social function is to convince the readers or listener about the topic discussed in the text. Analytical exposition text is built by three main parts. Those are thesis, arguments, and conclusion or reiteration. For the language features, usually we will use simple present tense and find some conjunctions to combine the paragraph. Before we close the class, let's do a little reflection and indicate your feeling after learning this lesson by choosing these pictures. Which one is yours? You may write down on your answer in the comment column. And please write your questions or opinion about the whole activities and materials of this lesson also in the comment column of this video. I have also write down the link for the website where you can find the origin version of the text we have discussed in this lesson. I hope you guys may get something new today. I'm so sorry if there are some mistakes during the lesson. And now it is time to say goodbye and thank you for clicking this video and watching until the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you think it is good and useful. See you later in the next lesson. Stay safe and healthy. Bye-bye.